The views and opinions expressed by the hosts do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the hosts, the show, the management, and the network.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all our global friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome back to our Real Talk Monday, a talk show that brings about relatable topics with substance. And of course, every fortnight, Mondays, with Bebo, Rain, and myself. And Real Talk Monday always promises that we are going to get real on love, life, and everything in between. So thank you so much for supporting us every fortnight, Mondays, Real Talk Monday. And of course, we are live simulcasted on my YouTube channel and FB page, Motivationally. So for those who have not yet subscribed, please press that button, subscribe button on my YouTube channel, Motivationally. Thank you so much. And of course, like and follow me as well on my FB page, Motivationally. So what's up, everyone, global friends? It's episode 5. Last fortnight, Monday, we've talked about how to deal with toxic people at work. And it seems like today is like a part 2 of that, but we just put it on episode 5. It's all about now having a toxic relationship with a partner, a husband, and of course, like boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. So, how to handle a toxic relationship. So, for those who are tuning in right now and you have something to share, please don't be shy and don't hesitate to not to click, but to write your comment on a comment section below. What's going on? It's just the start of the show. I'm just getting excited. So please feel free to interact with us as well and share your thoughts and your not just experience, but just your thoughts about this and even what you have read about this as well. So that'll be exciting. But before we move on, I would like to share with you my co-host, not share, but introduce with you my co-host for this evening. We won't be complete. RTM won't be complete without, of course, the best dancer, videographer, choreographer. What else? Drama, of course. Always happy, good vibes. Let's welcome our lovely, gorgeous Bebo Santos.
Hey, what up, what up, hey. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in,
Boom, I
especially in
know.
Real Talk. Yes, in Real Talk Monday. I'm very, very excited regarding our topic for today. And especially to all the listeners, to all the watchers out there. We have the big guns right now. We have the special guest right now. I'm very excited about our, what do you call this, guest right now, Coach Lee.
Yeah.
So what's up, what's up? Bebo Santos here.
Woo.
Boom. Oh, yeah.
Nice to see you, Bebo.
Yeah, what's up?
See you. Now,
Yeah.
Bebo, before I know we missed Rain, right? Rain is away at this time having a holiday. Woo-hoo. You
Yeah.
deserve it, Rain. Well done. And
Well done,
stay
Ray.
in
We miss
touch.
you, Ray.
And of course, hope to see you again when you come back. But whilst you're having fun out there and listening to our
Yeah.
Real Talk Monday with Rain, we've got someone here on behalf of Rain as well. We've got someone who is very credible when it comes to different topics. You know, anything that you
Yep.
throw at him, he knows what to do. And
Yeah.
he's the CEO of MLV Accounting Group. And by the way, Bebo, this lovely guest as well is actually an owner of a restaurant, right? Which is
Yeah.
Tambayan Grill
Tambayan.
at where's Karen Lee. How do you pronounce that? Karen Lee, right? Karen
Yeah.
Lee. And what else? And
He also owns auto shop, in Dandenong. They call it Italian Auto. And of course he also
Wow.
owns also part of stocks. Yeah, he will explain later. Actually, I'm very excited about this, Coach Lee, because he's one of my
Yes.
compare from the way back then
Yay.
until now. Yeah, I'm very proud of him, and so yeah. So
Thank you
without
so
further
much,
ado,
for your
bring it
time,
on.
Coach. Now let's welcome from the MLV Group, the CEO of MLB. Let's welcome with 3 big claps, Mr. Mike or Michael Venezuela. I love it. It's like Miss
Yeah.
Universe, isn't it? Right?
Hi
Hi,
everyone.
Michael. How is it
Hello.
going?
Uh, it's an honor and a privilege
Welcome
to
to
be
RTM, by the
yeah,
way.
it's an honor and a privilege to be part of this trifecta. I'll be completing that trifecta tonight, and I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to a very nice and engaging discussion with both of you, so that we may share whatever knowledge we have to our is it televiewers
Yes,
or
yes, coach.
social media
Of course,
watchers.
televiewers or
Yes.
viewers, whatever it is.
Yes, it's been our honor.
Well, thank
It's
you
been
so
an
much for
honor,
coming to
MLV.
the stream.
Yep. Yeah, it's been our honor, Coach Mike,
That's right. Thank you so
LV,
much.
having you here in Real Talk Monday.
Yeah, so it's also
That's
yeah,
right.
it's
Now,
yeah. So I'm
Oh,
also
okay.
happy to be here and glad. And
Yep.
it's Monday, It's the
Yeah.
first day of the week. So how
Yep.
do you start the first week by talking about sensible topic like this one?
That's true. That's true. I agree with you,
yes, toxic relationship
Mike.
with a partner, husband, yeah, and
Yeah.
boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, right? How to handle a toxic relationship. You know what? I've been surrounded with gentlemen tonight, ladies and gentlemen, right?
Yeah.
So, like with toxic, Bibo and my toxic relationship, sometimes you don't feel that you're in a certain toxic relationship, right? And how do you feel that you're in a toxic relationship? Sometimes, as what my readings, I've read some books about this, that you feel like unworthy, you feel like you don't belong, you feel like you're being
Yeah.
demeaned or being judged, and this can happen maybe at work, as what we have mentioned last 2 weeks ago about what one of our talks about toxic relationship at work, and even
Yeah.
just in the playground or sports, whatever you do, and also at school, and of course at home, and then
Yeah.
they all appear in different places. This toxic people, engaging to a toxic relationship. So let's start with how would you know that, or the signs or manifestations, because as I said, people in this relationship have not realized that they're in a toxic relationship, right? So is there any like point of view from you, Bibo and Mike? What are those signs that you are in a toxic relationship?
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
it
For me,
away,
Coach. Yeah, for me,
gentlemen.
Coach, especially what's happening right now, as you look at our social media, you've been watching about the trials of, Johnny Depp, what happened to Johnny Depp, about the trials. He's always explaining what happened to him during his relationship with Miss Heard. So I think that's a big point of having a toxic relationship. It brings out not the best in you. It brings out the worst in you once in a certain relationship. So most of the
Yes, I
time,
remember that.
as you look back in your past relationship, so during those relationships, this present relationship we have right now, our partner, our what do you call this, our co-navigator, they bring out the best in us. While before, excuse me, sorry about for the word. Sometimes toxic relationship, you made the wrong decision. It's all about emotions, and especially right now, as you can see, it's all about the seven hierarchy of needs of Abraham Maslow in psychology. It's all about belongingness. Once you
Yes.
belong, once you can see as you're having your wife right now, you can see they also give out, doing some things that you can never imagine that you can having the your potential being. So I think I'm not in a toxic relationship. I'm in a good relationship right now. So that's my take for now.
Very,
Yes.
very well said. Yeah. Very
Yep.
lucky as well, Bibo. You have a lovely wife, and she's
A big
lucky to have
shout
you as
out.
well because you're not a toxic, partner,
Yeah,
which is
a big
good.
shout
Woo-hoo.
out. A big shout
Well,
out to Marianne. It's our
yes. Hi,
sixth
Marianne. Thank
wedding.
you so much
It's
for
our
tuning
sixth
in.
wedding anniversary.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop. Oh yeah. So yeah.
Yes. Happy
Happy anniversary.
anniversary. Woo. Happy anniversary,
Bounce, bounce.
Bibo
Yeah.
and Marianne. Woo. You deserve all the blessings in the world. Have
Yes.
more
Thank
100
you.
years of blissful relationship.
Amen to
Great,
that.
great. Thank you so much. Very well said, Bibo, about that. How about you, Mike? What do you think about some manifestations for those who
You
are
know,
not yet aware that they're in a toxic relationship?
yeah, toxic relationship at the onset of the relationship, it will not manifest itself. When you meet someone, you show the best in you. You know, when you meet a girl,
Mhm.
then of course you show how good you are, how gentleman you are, because you want to get the girl's
Yes.
yes. And the other way, the girl will also show the best in her. So it's a honeymoon, no? So all relationships
Yes.
starts on a high note, but then toxic relationship comes out later on when you know each other already, and then the natural person in you will come out. So sometimes I say love is blind. You can actually already see some signs, but because you love that person, you tend
Mhm.
to don't you tend to turn a blind eye on that particular trait of him or her. You know, but there will come a time that maybe it's too much to handle, and then you have to accept that you are in a toxic relationship. But everyone at the very start doesn't know that he is going to be in a toxic relationship if the other person really is a toxic partner, really. So
Yeah.
when you're into the relationship,
Yeah,
you cannot
definitely.
even see it,
It's
but
hard.
the persons around you can see it.
True.
So because
True.
that is love, love is that is why I'm a romantic
Mhm.
person by
Definitely.
heart, and that is what you call
Love
love
is
in
blind.
spite. Love in spite of, not love because of.
Yeah. It's all
So
about
if you will be able
acceptance.
to handle that, then
There
okay.
you
But
go.
otherwise,
Amen to that.
yeah. But otherwise, if it's too much, then it's a toxic relationship, and of course, there will come to a point where you have to decide if you will go on or not, if
Yeah.
you'll be able to change, or she or he will be
Definitely.
able to change. So it's a working relationship. If both parties would want to uh, to correct whatever toxic relationship they have, then it's okay. But if it's only one party who wants to really give the relationship a chance, and the other one really doesn't want to do it, then it takes two to tango, as they say.
True.
So
True.
if the other person doesn't really want
Yeah,
to correct the relationship, then maybe it's time to part ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my take on that
that's
one.
right.
So
Wow, that was. Thank you so
yeah.
much for that. Very lucky wife.
Well
What's your
said. Well
name
said.
of your wife? Let's say hello.
Yeah, hello, Myla. That's my I call my wife Myla, my love.
Hi, Myla. Very lucky to have Michael Venezuela as your husband. Of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
So
both of you are very lucky, for each other, having fun. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for that,
Awesome.
Mike and
All
Bibo.
right.
Yay.
Yeah.
Now, like a lot of people are talking about this for the past few months, perhaps about this toxic relation, how to handle it. There's some symptoms or manifestations, guys. I hope you'll agree with me. If it's not,
Mm-hmm.
then you can say something. But that
Go
the
ahead.
toxicity of someone, your partner, perhaps boyfriend, girlfriend, or your husband, wife, it can be a subtle manifestation, or it's like benign, isn't it? Or it
Yep.
can be in a higher degree of being toxic. It's like being malignant. So
Yeah.
I remember I've read a book about from Joy from Fear from Dr. Manley. I believe is Dr. Manley who wrote it, PhD. Dr. Manley who
Mm-hmm.
wrote that, and cited some of the good signs, manifestations of having a toxic relationship, in case you guys didn't know that you are into this kind of relationship. The first thing is like you feel like you're unsupported. So if you feel like unsupported, usually relationship must be based on mutual compromise, right? Like you
Yeah.
help each
Give and
other, you lift
take.
each other up. Yes, and there's a mutual desire to succeed. If one is doing this, you're supporting each other, just like you, Bibo and Marian, for the Learners Hub, and of course
Yeah.
Michael here with your RT and with your MLV group, and your Tambayan restaurant. Both of you are helping each other, but in a toxic relationship, you feel unsupported because you feel like there's always like this intrusive thoughts, negativity, and you're not being appreciated with what you do. And if you are actually like doing something, they try and pull you down. This partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, or husband, wife is trying to discourage you of what you're doing, even though they knew that you have the capabilities. So you feel like at the end of the day, as the victim of being in a toxic relationship, we feel like, oh, I am nothing. I feel like I am unworthy of doing this. And another thing apart from unsupported is like, you feel like you are already the signs and symptoms. We're talking about manifestations. So number two is like, you are in a toxic communication. With husband and wife, you should know this, right. You are showing respect, right, to each other when it comes to communication. And there is also the values that you preserve as well. But in a toxic relationship, there are insults, again, negativity, there's sarcasm, there is criticism, like being a crab as well. And also like a this sarcasm and negative criticism, and it's like a predictor of divorce as well. That's what they've mentioned. She has mentioned on the book as well.
True.
So it's really not an easy environment of having this. You're wishing to have a beautiful and joyful, blissful relationship, but here you are a victim of this toxic relationship. Again, unsupported, feeling unsupported, toxic communication. It is another one that I remembered. It's all about being the signs of envy and jealousy. Sometimes in life as human being, we have those kind of feeling of being envious and
Jelly.
jealous, right? A little bit of a dash of that. Yes, but not because that you are being much negative to that. But as partners, as husband and wife, girlfriend and boyfriend, we must really again, appreciate each other. There's no competition, right? If someone is just like you, Bibo, you're good in something and your partner's good in something as well, you learn to meet halfway, right? But
You
with this, in a
compromise.
toxic relationship, there is like a negativity. There is again, there is comparison, there is competition between the two, which is not good, isn't it? Right? And you feel like and that becomes the source of argument, the source of again, intrusive thoughts, a lot of things, about a partner's success, something like that. So it's not good, isn't it? That's what Dr. Manley wrote in that book, Joy from Fear, guys. So have a look at that book, Joy from Fear. And can I share some more about what I have? What about you guys? Sorry, before I continue, what do you think about those signs that Dr. Manley has mentioned on the book, Joy from Fear? Feeling
I
unsupported,
really,
toxic
yeah.
communication, envy and jealousy. What do you think about that? What is your
I
take?
think for me, Coach Lee, is jealousy is quite norms, especially in our previous relationship, in our early days, because sometimes being we as a guy we feel sometimes being th- what do you call this, being happy sometimes when they're jealous. But the thing is, it's too much jealousy. It's quite toxic, and also they tend to manipulate us. That's the most important. That's not the important thing for us, because some of the girls are quite sorry about that. Some of the girls are very clingy. So if that girl is so clingy and then they
The
wanted,
girls. Woohoo.
yeah, the girl
The only
is
one here.
yeah, coming from my friend's story. So if they're so clingy and they're manipulating you, so that for me, that relationship is quite toxic on my part. So yeah. And criticizing, yeah, criticizing
It's
in
like a
front of
venom.
my friends, criticizing in front of people, it's not good. So you have to criticize them. Maybe, not criticizing. Maybe you can stop being so negative in front of your partner's friend. Try to talk with each other, especially
Yeah.
when you're in a relationship, especially having a family here, in front of the community, in front of the public. Please, girls, please don't what I call this, embarrass your husband in front of public. So yeah, that's my take on my part.
Woo. I think it also we have to call on the gentleman as well. Like vice versa. We learn to
Yeah,
appreciate our partners, our husband, girlfriend,
yeah,
boyfriend. Let's not being a crab with one another. We
true,
should really support
true.
each other instead of criticizing. Or make sure that you are giving a
You
positive
have,
criticism. It's good to criticize,
yeah,
a positive criticism, and a critique. You can be a good critique, right, to your partner, to your husband, to your wife,
yeah,
to your girlfriend, boy, something like that. So
but
again,
not in
it's
public. But
really
not in public, coach. You have to what do you call this? We have to uh, yeah, compromise. Maybe that's the proper word. You have to
Yeah, definitely.
compromise each other. That's the proper thing, but not in public. You guys should do it in
Yeah,
private.
definitely. The negative criticism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you should do it in
that's right.
private.
Negative criticism is not good in public. Positive criticism,
That's good.
appreciation of your
Yeah,
partner, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever relationship you've got. It's good that people can see that mutual desire to
true.
succeed together, right? So
Yeah.
that's the feeling of being supported. But again, in toxic relationship, you feel like unsupported. You feel like you're in a toxic communication. Imagine that every day you're like da, 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 every day. Nothing is positive at home. Do you want to go home,
Yeah.
Mike? Every time if your wife, I'm not saying your wife, but like just an example, like or a partner or a boyfriend, girlfriend, like every time you come home, there is always like negativity in the environment, and you don't feel at peace, right? What do you think?
So I think for me, what is important is the open communication. Now, everyone has to see each other's side of this, each other's version, each other's side. Open communication. I think when you live in the Western world, like here in Australia, and you're too busy, sometimes the real reason why people part ways is because there is no more communication. Imagine if both of you are working, but one is working night shift, the other one is morning, the normal time. So sometimes you just want to sleep rather than talk to your partner. And
That's
because you are
right.
really you want to be successful, but at the expense of what? Of the relationship. And I know a lot because I have a lot of clients, they started well, everyone started well, but then later on because of no communication, and then and that starts the toxic relationship. But it's very
The
subtle at the very
argument.
start, and
True.
then there comes a time that you'd rather sleep than talk to your partner. And then that happens.
Yeah,
You don't
Yeah.
that's
you don't
sad,
want
isn't
to
it?
have you don't want that to happen, but slowly you're going into that. So I think you have to have a combined decision to really talk. Real talk.
Mhm.
As we are
Yeah.
talking, doing some talk
Real
now.
talk, just like Real Talk Monday.
Not
Real
not
Talk
noise.
Monday.
Yeah, not noise, but real talk. And maybe you have to have some create a time for each other. That is what make the relationship romantic, even if you're 20, 30, 40 years into the relationship. And
Hmm.
sometimes, for me,
There you
there
go.
should still be that magic, that mystery. When you already know everything about your wife or husband, then it becomes boring because you already know. But if there's some kind of mystery still that you don't know, then that makes it exciting, isn't it? And so
Yes,
open communication, that's what I,
definitely.
I, I always say. And of course, we all pray, whatever religion
Yes.
you have to pray together. This is
Amen.
correct. The family that prays together stays
Stays
together.
Stays
together.
together.
That is real. You know why?
Yay.
Amen to
Because
that.
you are also putting Jesus in the middle of the triangle. Me,
Yeah.
Mhm.
my wife, and Jesus Christ, or God, or whoever your higher being, because we are being seen by different kind of religion. Yeah, religious. We're not into one religion, but there should be someone there who will, so it's a triangle, who will look after you, because there are things that
That's right. It's
you
like a
cannot
holy.
really control. But if you pray, he will control. He will
True.
do
True.
things that will make you together.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Amen to
So
I
that.
love that. Amen
that's
to
my
that.
that's
Thank
my
you so much, Mike.
say on that one. And I
I
think
love
one,
that.
one
Very
one more
well
thing.
said.
You were talking
Yes,
about
of course. Yeah, yeah.
and being envious and jealous. Um, Sometimes you feel jealous if an incident happened during your relationship. Maybe you are courting the girl, or if there is one thing that happened, and then that makes you jealous every time because you are not trusting your partner because of some things that happened previously, and then you're always looking back at that thing. So as much as possible, we don't want to crack crack the relationship, because sometimes the glass is cracked, it's always there. And then, but you cannot control things, Sometimes
Yeah.
during the relationship you did something, but now you are reformed. You are reformed. You don't want that to happen, but because of that incident, your partner will always be jealous, will always be suspicious of something you are
That's
doing,
right.
even if you're not doing it anymore. So you
And
really have to
even
check
Mike,
that.
even Mike, they sometimes they feel threatened. So they saw
Yeah,
something that they feel
yeah,
threatened that that's the start of
Yeah.
insecurity. That's
yeah.
what.
That's right.
So
And
I
that
think you
could
have to
lead
be
to
level. You have to be at level. Yeah.
Yep.
that's right, yeah. And that could lead to resentment. That's another manifestations that Dr. Manley was talking about. Resentment. You're holding grudge. You're holding into grudges. It could be the past, bringing up the past all the time, and then it brings up the
Yeah.
arguments and
Historian.
the
She
negativity.
become historian.
People, do you have an experience? Woo, people,
I
do you have
always,
experience?
I always
Guilty.
say,
I'm just
don't
kidding,
don't
people.
ar- you know, I always say, don't argue with a woman. You will lose.
Yeah. You
Do you
will
know
lose.
That's
why?
one of
Because
the
the
historical.
that's
It's
right.
still in their brain. You already forgot it, but the women, the partner, they know, they remember. They
Yeah, they
remember. But
still
for me, I
remember
forgot
it.
it
That's right.
already.
You know what, Mike? You know why, Mike? Because the women, the wives, or the partner, or the girlfriends, are or is the law. Remember that? We
Yeah.
are the law.
Yeah.
we are the law. We are the law. So but you are the law enforcers. The husbands, the
Yeah.
partner, boyfriends. You are the law enforcer. We are the law. But yes, thank you so much for that, Mike, for sharing your views and opinions as well as Bibo. It's nice to see from the man's point of view of what or why these manifestations are being discussed at this time, and it's nice to have a balance of opinion as well. And before we go for a break, I remember something about the envy and whilst we're talking about this envy and jealousy.
Jealousy.
I think it's either you or anyone who is watching right now, you have also experiences from the past relationship or present, whatever. It's all about being suspicious with our partners, with our husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, and that could lead to mistrust, right? Especially, what do you think about this? Because this is one of the blurbs in envies and jealousy. There is suspicions, and that could lead to mistrust, and that can bring about negativity about each other, arguments that can lead to, a big fight, something like that. So what can you say about this? Like, is it more on the men who's actually being suspicious and having this mistrust to their partner, or is it both? What do you think about this? What's your take on this, Ibo and Mike?
I think both. During coming from my experience before, most of the time we have some issues, and then they become historian. There's nothing I can do because they knew about you, and there's a special button about they can press, they can push anytime. That's the time that For us, on my part, I tend to be more on silent. I don't want to have a lot of arguments. So if that arguments
Mhm.
goes up, I'll try to avoid. Always trying to avoid. I don't want to make a scene in public. If you want to talk, we can talk in private, and that's it. And then
That's good
uh,
values.
yeah, it's
Well
good
done,
values.
Ibo.
But
You're a good inspiration
yeah, yeah.
to other
So
men.
that's my that's my take. Mike, he's a lot of experience. I'm very sure about that. So
What
yeah,
about
you
you,
can
Mike?
share it,
Before we
Mike.
go for a break right now, quick break.
You know,
What have
I,
you, Mike? What's your take
you
on that
know,
being suspicious and having that mistrust with their partner?
I have a saying. Remember this. A man falls in love through the eyes, but a woman falls in love through the ears.
Years.
Gossip,
So
That's it.
gossip girl.
not gossip. You know, a man. I will get on a point of view of the man. We look for beautiful girls.
Yes.
We fall in love first
Hmm.
through our eyes. That's how we are. That's how men are. But women, they're not necessarily going for handsome men, but they want someone
Words.
who will, you know, who will tickle their
The
funny bones
perfect
in their ear,
words.
the perfect words. So
Yes,
that's
definitely.
how sometimes that if you tend to look at that, um, it's correct, somehow, and and
True.
and if you're sometimes there is an I don't know, love is depending on the eye of the beholder, isn't it? May
Yeah.
appearance
Beauty
or
is in the
So the
beauty
beauty
is
is
in
in
the
the
beauty is
eye
in
eye
the
of
of
eye
the
of
the
the
beholder.
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 So who is one who is beautiful to me may not be beautiful to the other, and vice versa. So, but somehow with your partner, you fell in love with him or her because of some traits. So as I said initially, you were bound for each other because of that trait that you like with her.
True.
You like
That's right.
you like from her or from him, but eventually, uh, as you go through your relationship, that could sour if there's I said no communication, and of course, so to you have to understand how men are, and we have as men, we have to understand how women are, and sometimes to have a relationship, you have to know the point of view of the other part of your partner. So it's nice if I'm a man.
Hmm.
It's nice to have a best friend who is a girl, so I can ask questions to her from her
Yeah.
with regard to my relationship to my wife. Because sometimes
Okay, so
you
like
have
an
to know
opinion
the
from the
point of view of the
same
other,
perspective.
So that is, you know,
Yeah, that's right.
especially if you are already having trouble, then you have to ask
Yeah,
someone from the opposite sex. However, you have to
that's
be
right.
careful not to fall. However, not to fall for this, it can be a
The
double-sworded,
bridge.
a
On the
double
Yeah.
sword,
bridge. That's
Yeah.
because
right.
you
But
might
that's
fall for
that's
this
true,
girl,
Mike. That's
or
true.
but you have to have a confidence of the opposite sex, so you will be able to understand how the opposite sex minds work. And if you have that,
Yeah,
then it could be your brother, your sister. I mean, you could be your
yeah,
sister because she's a lady,
Or your
something
teacher
like
as
that.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's for me. That's how I will. If there's a toxic relationship coming up already, I don't have to talk to my mate a fellow male. I need to talk to a
Opposite
female
sex.
because
Yeah.
they know why.
which is a
Hey
good
guys,
tip, isn't it,
ha-
Mike?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Hey
nice to
guys,
have
have you
that.
read have you read the book Men from Mars and Women from Venus?
Yeah,
Venus,
I
Yeah,
love
you can
that
see the difference
when I
about
was
that
in
one,
high
that
school.
book. Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
right. It's nice to be
It's a good
fair
book.
in judging and discernment as
True.
well. And I like what Mike is saying as well a while ago that I do that too. I talk to my brothers. I don't have a brother, but a brother from another mother. You know
uh,
what I mean? Like friends,
yeah,
so
something
that
like
I
that.
can
Yeah,
Yeah.
have that. So I can
you understand.
discern or decide on something fairly as well when it
True.
comes to talking about my experience with my husband. So they can tell something about what men are like, and of
Yeah,
course, same thing with my husband. I'm happy for him to talk to his very close friends, so he would understand what women are like as well. So this really, really good, isn't it? Now, Mike and Bibo, this is just a very interesting topic. How to
Yep.
handle a toxic relationship. But we need to pause for a while, and let's come back
Okay.
after some words from our sponsors.
Learners Hub is one of the leading tuition centres in the western suburbs today, offering advanced classes and tutorials for primary and secondary school students. We specialise in personalised teaching that caters to each student's learning style and needs, ensuring a guaranteed formula for academic success and making learning a fun and enjoyable experience. We also specialise in IELTS reviews and coaching for both academic and general training. We also conduct intensive NAPLAN preparation classes with highly qualified teachers registered under the Victorian Institute of Teaching licenses. You can be sure that you or your children are learning from the best. Contact Learners Hub now and discover a fun and personal way of learning today.
Learner's Hub, because your mind is an asset.
Opportunity, create opportunity, of course, with motivationally. And you've
Nice.
just seen Learners Hub, the best academic learning hub in Australia and, of course, globally in the
Yes.
future. And please contact Bibo and Marian Santos if you have a K to 12 children. You're going to improve and boost their academic success. Please contact Bibo and Marian, and that is Learners Hub. And of course, if you need some printing designs, whether it's say for the weddings or any occasions, or just a shirt, or for Christmas or any occasions at this time, the what you call this Estilo
Estilo.
design is
Yeah.
here to help you guys. Yes, for all your design needs, printing needs, whether it's in a mug, whatever it is, notebook, shirt, whatever it is, they can handle it. So please contact Ruel Bautista or through me as well, so I can then re actually what you call this I can then
Relay.
recontact you for Estilo as well for your all your
Yes.
design needs. Oh my
All
goodness.
right.
I'm just like my brain is like all over the place at this time because I'm still thinking about that very important topic at this time, which is how to handle a toxic relationship with Mike and Bibo. Now, Mike and Bibo, I was on a break. I have remembered another sign that Dr. What's the name? Dr. Manley from that book Joy from Fear, and she has actually talked about one of the signs as well is when you're in a toxic relationship is about controlling behavior, which is not good, isn't it? Like you ask when, like it's like during boyfriend girlfriend relationship, I guess some people that would relate on this one. You think like you're being clocked on, it's clocking and ticking, and where have you been at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock? It's like a checklist, and
Clingy.
even for the husband and wife. Yes, and even for the husband and wife, you just came home from whatever you've done from work, whatever you've overtime, and they always say, "What did you do? Where have you been?" All these things, checking everything. It's controlling behavior, and it can be suffocating as well as Mike and people have this kind of relationship. You're into a toxic relationship. They're suspicious or anything, even though sometimes think about the past relationship of your partner or your husband, girlfriend, or boyfriend, or wife. But there is forgiveness already. It should be, before you've been united as a couple. But then, controlling behavior can be suffocating and can be as well in a relationship, and that can lead to a fight, argument, something like that, again, negativity inside the house, especially guys, if you have kids. Remember, Mike and Bibo, I think there was a documentary about this or a movie, something about this toxic relationship. And it hurts more to see if you have children. So if you're fighting in front of your children, that can create, a huge impact to them, negative impact about the environment at home. Mental health awareness, it should be like that. It can affect their mental health and well-being. Not just the children, but obviously the victim. It could be the husband or the wife, the partner, girlfriend and boyfriend, something like that. So again, controlling behavior is one of the signs of having a toxic relationship. So what's your take on this, Bibo and Mike? Take it away.
Yeah, as I've said earlier, Coach Lee, because if that relationship is about the word clingy. So if that, as you can see, during the boyfriend girlfriend relationship before, so first time you have to experiment first, and then after that, yeah, they're always asking where are you at. And a good thing that Mike told us about the communication. If that communication doesn't work, that's the time you have to get out of that relationship. So yeah, that's my take on that. If they don't trust you, you did not do anything wrong. So yeah, why stay in that relationship? You have to get out of that relationship because they
Let
tend to
go and let
manipulate you.
God.
Yeah, they tend to
That's
manipulate you.
it's not good.
So that's not good. You have to
And you'll be
complement each
unhappy as
other.
well, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to complement each other, not to fight for each other. That's my take on that one.
That's right. Yeah, controlling behavior is not a good sign, guys, as I mentioned.
True.
And that's from Dr. Manny's book, Joy from Fear. Thank you, Bibo. Thank you so much for
Yo.
that. How about you, Mike? What's your take
So
on that controlling behavior?
yeah, just some person were born to be like control freak, as you say, They want to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect. Perfect means very efficient, you know. But we are not machine. We are human being.
That's right.
So efficiency is different from effectivity. You know, you want to be efficient. You want to be everything on the dot. Everything should be in its proper place. Yes, if you are a factory and you're doing a processing job, then it's okay. But you're in a relationship. You cannot just demand your partner to do this and this and this. So as I said, we are all human beings. We have to have respect. We have to have trust because you when you control a person, it means you don't trust him or her. Um, you do that because you want it to be the way you want it to be. So, but on the other side, that is suffocating. That is being nagger, nagging, and Everyone wants to be independent, or we all want to be free. Everyone wants to have freedom. But of course, if you're in a relationship, you are committed. You have commitment. But you still have freedom, but you don't have freedom to really look for other partners because you're already committed with your partner. So you really have to work hard on that one. But there will come a time that if your partner doesn't really trust you or control you too much, then then first you have to have communication. You have to tell that to your partner. But then
Hmm. Yeah.
sometimes it's different because sometimes especially if you and your partner have different backgrounds. So you have let's say the other partner came from a rich family, and then the other one came from a poorer family. Let's say, yeah. Now we are not you don't sometimes you don't have the same mindset. Now one is insecure about the other, somehow. And then when that happens, uh, you don't. That is you have to overcome that. You have to overcome that difference. So open communication and of course you pray and um, sometimes your own family. If your own family is not supportive of your husband or wife, then that's also another thing that you have to show to your family that you made the right decision of marrying your partner. So that is a lifelong. So it's very important when you make your decision that this
Another
will be a
challenge.
lifelong. It's a challenge, a lifelong partnership, not just a
Yeah.
short term one, because you're there for the long haul. Kaya nga when you get married, it's for in
Supposedly,
sickness and in
supposedly,
health. In sickness
Yep.
and in health, in
For richer and for
will
poorer.
death
for
do you
richer
part
and poorer.
or
So
do
you
us
have to be there. So there should be sacrifice.
Yep.
In any relation, there should be sacrifice on both parts. And nothing is impossible if everyone will sacrifice. But if you only want to take something from
Mm.
the relationship and not put something into the relationship, then it will not prosper. Everyone has to give something, some kind of a sacrifice into the relationship for it to be able to sustain
Mm.
the test of time. And so controlling is all about trusting.
Yeah,
If you
Sure.
control, you don't trust him or her. That's my take on that one.
that's right.
So
The word
yeah,
is trust. Learn how to trust.
And
yeah.
also, let me add to that, guys. You have
That's
also
good.
to
Thank you
build.
so much for that, Mike. I just want to
Right.
yay, what a beautiful topic.
Yeah. So let me add to that. You
Yes,
have
Bibo?
also to be included to a certain community, a very supportive community. Especially right now, we're here in Australia. We migrated here. We don't have any friends here, so we have to build a core that can help you. To build some trust in your relationship. So someone who not necessarily at your age, you have to ask some also advices from the elderly. So yeah, they have to give you a lot of good advices because they way more experience, especially right now here in Australia. They have a lot of experience to share compared to us because for us being a young family here, we have a lot of what they call us in Tagalog, marami pa kaming kakaining bigas. So we have to learn more. So yeah, so that's my take on
That's
that.
right. We should all be open to learning opportunities in life anyways,
True.
whether you are young or adult. It doesn't really matter how old you will be at this time. You have to be open to anything because learning is should be dynamic, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Bibo and Mike. I just want to ask something because there are two gentlemen here, guys, and I'm the
Yeah.
only woman in the house
Vice
ever. And in
versa.
case
Vice
I
versa,
am
Lee.
being singled out here, I
Now
just
you
want
know
to
what
ask.
I feel before.
I just want to ask quickly when it comes to controlling behavior. Not necessarily your experience, right? Maybe we can talk about when you're still younger. You're still young, anyways. Like having a relationship, a boyfriend girlfriend, and now being husband and wife. In controlling, who's more controlling in general? Is it the man or the woman? And how do you feel if a woman, not necessarily your wife, right? A woman in general is always controlling. How does a man, for all the men who are watching right now, even for the women who are watching right now, how does a man feel like their partner, their girlfriend, their wife is very much checking all these checklists, taking all the clocks, like everything, is you're being suffocated. How's the feeling? How far can you
um,
be more flexible and patient in general?
when it
Take
comes
it
when I
away.
see yeah when I see things regarding especially in budgeting, first and foremost in budgeting, my wife is much more on good in handling money compared to me. But the thing is, when it comes to controlling, as a guy, as a father, we're the backbone of discipline in the family. So we give and take. So we have to compromise, comply, and then yeah, I'm very flexible, especially when it comes to I give her the trust, especially when it comes to with the family's decision in budgeting. That's all. When it comes to discipline, yeah, I'm the father. I'm the backbone of the discipline, the family. So yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yes. So I think
Thank you so much for that. I'm
I
back.
think
How
Yep.
patient will you be? Sorry, Mike. Sorry, I'm sorry
Uh,
to interrupt.
yes.
Bibo, how patient in general the man, in
It
dealing with
depends.
women who are
Yeah.
very controlling.
Um.
It
Yeah.
depends.
It depends. It depends. In my wife, she's not controlling. I'm very happy for that. I'm very lucky. But in the past experience from my friends' experience coming from them,
In your
maybe
experience.
controlling. Um, in the rate of 10, maybe 5 or 4. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay. So watch out, ladies.
so
Okay, women. Don't go beyond that patience because
yeah,
they can only extend
it's
at some
very
point. Thank you for that,
yeah.
Bibo.
Yep.
Too much, isn't it? And that could be the cause of separation as well because it's too much.
Exactly.
As what Mike has mentioned, the too much nagging and checking everything. Where have you been? You smell like this. I saw that in some of the movies, like even in some of the sitcom back in the Philippines as well. Like you can smell some a different perfume or maybe a lipstick somewhere here or a kiss mark somewhere there. Like and they become very paranoid. And as women, became very, very paranoid, especially if there is a past history
They're
for the
putting some
husband, the
GPS
partner,
on
the
your
boyfriend.
phone. Yeah, they're putting some GPS on your
There you
phone.
go. That's a good idea. Check their phones. Women out
Yeah.
there, check. I don't know how you can keep track on where your partner, your husband, or your boyfriend is gallivanting somewhere, so you
And
would know.
also coming
Anyways,
coming
but
from
again,
my coming
learning
from my
from
coming from my friend's experience, they check in the fuel tank, how much petrol that they spend with. Yeah,
Oh my goodness,
yeah,
really? Okay.
yeah. Coming from
Wow.
my
Thank you for
friend's
that.
experience.
Uh, Oh wow. My goodness. Now, how about you, Mike? Can you any sort of like opinions or research maybe or insights about this?
Yeah. So
How far can a man be more patient when it comes to that? Controlling behavior.
I think generally men are patient. We have. I think we have longer patience than women. I don't know if that's correct, but that's how I look at it. But then the
Good on you,
patience,
Mike.
yeah. But the patience sometimes when it reaches a point, then it will just snap. You know. So we have to be very careful also, because we are like testing the patience of your partner. But having said that,
Okay.
um, control is, yeah. There are a lot of ways. Yeah, you can put GPS on the phone. You can. There are a lot of ways to really control. Like even the Facebook. Just look at the Facebook. And you will see if there's some suspicious, beautiful girls there.
FTP.
Yeah. So you will see. You will see. You will log.
You know what?
When you look
Men
at the
can
phone, you log
be
on the.
polygamous. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the patience of men are long, but if it snaps, then who knows where it will lead to. So again, it goes back to trust. Always trust.
True.
That's right.
If you don't have trust, then you will control,
Learn
and
how to
then you will
trust.
put ways of monitoring your partner, and it might suffocate the other partner, and it's not a healthy relationship. It's going to be toxic, and and so there has to be a open communication. And sometimes men, by nature, men, we are we should be the one who will bring money to the table. As that's the normal way. The head of the family is always the man, but
True.
the women is normally the one who is budgeting.
Yes.
Looking after the household. But there will come a time, or there are when you're in Australia, that maybe the women will earn more than the man, and the man becomes the one looking after the domestic ones, domestic things. Because let's say the women is, this is just uh, example, is a nurse, and he's earning more, but the male or the man is maybe just a working in the factory, let's say. But difficult to compare. But let's say
Yeah. There should be no comparison. Yes.
there's a way that the woman is earning more. Let's say now the man sometimes becomes insecure, and then that is a there's a tendency that the man will try to to lower the success
Mm.
of the female, just to be equal. So there are things like that, because I have a lot of clients sometimes that it happens. But
Mhm.
there has to be an open communication. There has to be you have to be like a husband and wife team. It has to be a teamwork, a team, not a
That's right.
competition between the two of you.
True.
It has to be a team. Sometimes, let's
That's
face
it
it, the
should be the
woman earns
case. Yeah.
more. But if the man looks after the children, the woman can concentrate more on what she's doing, because the time of her spending at home will be the man who is looking after that.
Mhm.
So it has to be a team. And
That's right.
whatever team you have, you don't know the profession of it. Sometimes it's more easy for the woman who is into this profession to get more job. I mean, who knows? But the man sometimes couldn't really get his dream job. But then because we are in Australia, we're all migrants, we have to make do with what we have. Okay? It has to be a
Mhm.
team, the husband and wife team. I always say that success is happens when both knows their end goal, their goals, and they share the same vision, and they help each other. And I think a healthy relationship. will always be better if we know, if we accept that we are a team, and then a toxic relationship will be reduced or eliminated. If that is how you perceive things.
Yes, that's right. Woo!
Yeah.
Well
So
done,
Well
Mike.
said.
Thank
Well
you so
said.
much. A very well said. We're, having both of you, Mike and Viva, having a good relationship with your wives as well. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And I just would like to say something about what you said about men are generally patient, right? You know what, guys? Women in general, we are very understanding. We accept the things that we cannot change,
Wow.
and also, yes, and
Wow.
we try to endure sometimes not just the pain, but everything that comes through the door when it comes to relationships. So again, both of us, men and women, what's it called, that from Mars and from Pluto, no, from
Yeah.
Mars to
Venus,
whatever you
Men,
call
Venus
it.
and
men
What
from
was
Mars.
the book again? I
Mars,
forgot.
Women are
from
Venus.
Men from
Venus.
Mars.
Women from
I
Women are
Venus.
said
from Venus.
Pluto. From Venus, right? So
Yeah.
we all have our shares of good things, good values as husband and wife, as partners, as boyfriend and girlfriend. It's very important again to have a good foundation of the relationship, which is what
True.
they call friendship, isn't it? Right? Getting to know each other, because sometimes
Oh.
whirlwind romance can succeed, but sometimes it cannot, because you don't have a good foundation of a relationship, which is the friendship, the trust, the acceptance, for who you are, and really like getting to know all the weaknesses and the strengths, everything about you as a person. It's not there yet, so it's better to have that great foundation, so that you can possibly, I'm not saying it's a guarantee, that you can possibly evade from having a toxic relationship, but who knows, even if you know this person, even if this is your neighbor, love thy neighbor, or you know this person from the very beginning for a long time, and then when you're inside the house living together in one roof, under one roof, that's the time as well that you get to know the person well. So again, what I'm saying is it's not always a guarantee to have a good foundation, but it can be a good start of a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Who knows, only God knows who can be the best partner that you can have as well. So
Wow.
before we wrap this up, this is such a beautiful, we could have a party about this, how to handle a toxic relationship, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, for those who are still tuning in, and for those who are going to watch this recorded as well on YouTube channel, Motivationally, and Facebook page, at the same time, RTM Real Talk Monday, we have talked about the signs and symptoms of having, if you're in a toxic relationship. And my take on this, I'll let you know, and we'll have a quick break after some words from our sponsor, and we'll have to wrap this up. Thank you so much, Mike and Bibo. I'll see you in a second. I think there's a technical difficulty at this time. We'll see if this works again. Let's.
Go ahead.
All right. I think, when it's live, there's a lot of technical, or sometimes experience as well, difficulties. But let's try this once again. Let's see if this. there you have it, guys. For those who
Wow.
are doctors in different parts of the globe and you want to come to Australia and become a medical practitioner or a bona fide doctor here in Australia, please feel free to contact me and I can redirect you to Alan Roberts, our RIMSAS Review Center for All Medical Practitioner. Please don't hesitate to contact me anytime via email or maybe through Motivationally YouTube channel or FB page. And I would love to serve you as well and redirect you to Alan Roberts as well. Thank you so much, guys, for that. That is our RIMSAS. Now, it's time to wrap this up. How to handle, woohoo, how to handle a toxic relationship. And you have heard from Bibo and Mike, these two are like an epitome of a good, real, beautiful, gorgeous husband. Why
Wow.
not?
Wow. I like
Very
that, Lee.
lucky
I like
wife,
that.
Yeah,
I
let's
like
do
that.
that. That's right. So hello, Marian, and is it? I might say the
Myla.
wrong name for Mike's wife,
Myla.
Myla.
Myla. Yeah. Myla. Yep.
There you go. I've got it right. So Myla and Marian, you're very lucky to have Bibo and Mike. So let's wrap this up. How to handle a toxic relationship. Once again, I would like to summarize what I've remembered, what I've mentioned about the signs and symptoms of you if you are in a toxic relationship, because sometimes it's asymptomatic. You don't know that you are in a toxic relationship. So watch out for this: feeling unhappy, uh, and feeling unsupported, and having a toxic communication wherever you are, whether you're at home, at the park, at school, wherever you are. That's the toxic communication. What else? Envy and jealousy. There is suspicious and there is like distrust already, and there's negativity when it comes to about the partner's success. There is competition, something like that. There shouldn't be, right? But if you're in an envy and jealousy mode in a relationship, so you are in a toxic relationship. And we've talked about having a controlling behavior as well, like you've been checked on the time from 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And of course, resentment, that you have this any one of you, each like the husband, the wife, the partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, you are feeling of that, holding into that grudges because of the past history, something like that. There's no forgiveness at all, and it's the start of your argument. So resentment is one of the signs. And again, to get to know more about as well, to learn more about this, how to handle a toxic relationship and knowing about some of the medications, try and read the book Joy from Fear by Dr. Manley. It's a beautiful book as well, guys. Okay, now let's go
Right.
back to business. Wrap this up. Bibo,
Yeah.
what can you say about our topic for today? Any
very-
sort of like insights or advice to everyone who's
Yeah.
watching right now?
I'm very happy with our because most of the time we haven't been able to discuss this kind of topics. So I'm very happy that we should also be able to help those followers of Real Talk Monday and Motivationally. And also, I would like also take a chance to thank you to all the viewers out there supporting us, especially Real Talk Motivationally, always sharing, always sharing our thoughts. And also, I would like and also, I would like to give a chance to take this opportunity to promote my page, Bibo Santos Organic. Don't panic. So one of my advocacy is to help all the small business out there, the locals out there, and of course, please support Learners Hub, www.learnershub.com.au. And of course, I also have a lot of shows, especially in here in Australia. I hope that you can also follow me on my Facebook page there. So also included in US Filipinas, and of course, a shout out to you guys out there. That's all. Thank you very much, and make it a habit. Always here in Real Talk Monday. All right.
Yay, thank you, Bibo. Thank you for that. Any message to all our televiewers who are still awake at this time in Australia and different parts of the world, Mike, please, how to handle a toxic relationship?
Yeah.
Take it away,
Mike,
Mike.
it's your turn now.
Okay. Yes, I think it's important to know that we need partners, husband and wife, should complement each other. It's not a competition, but you have to complement each other, which means that whatever the other partner is not doing, the other one will do. So it's a complement, and it is only when you share the same vision, you share the same that you will be successful here. Even as a migrant in Australia. So I think I'll also take this opportunity to to promote what I'm doing here with the MLB group. So we are an account. We have a MLB accounting, which is a CPA practice firm that we own and we operate. We have a lot of clients now, and you know, my take on this is as a husband and wife, I will make we will make you successful here in Australia by providing financial and tax advice to you, so that if you succeed here as a husband and wife team, then you can secure the future of your family. And I think that's my take on tonight's show. And yeah, so we um, let's empower the couples. Let's see to it that before, if they are in a toxic relationship, that they give it one more chance. And it's just an open communication, and it's just a pray together. The family that prays together stays together, and especially here
Stays
that you are
together.
a migrant in Australia, and sometimes you don't know where to turn to, but you can always turn to God, and He will show you the way, and He will show you the light at the end of the tunnel. If you think that you are in a toxic relationship,
Amen
I
to
think
that, Mike.
that's it.
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Mike. And I would like to also to share to everyone, apart from what I said, read the book Joy from Fear from by Dr. Manley. You also find a nice book that which me and my husband still have this, the love languages, which talk about the five love languages, which is like the words of affirmation, the acts
Oh
of
yeah.
service, gifts. What else? Quality time, isn't it?
Quality time.
The other love language, and the last one is physical touch. So you would understand each other, guys, which kind of love languages that each one of you needs, or showing to your partner, to your husband, to your boyfriend and girlfriend. It's such a beautiful book. So please, find that book, Love Languages. And apart from that, Joy from Fear by Dr. Manley. And just to wrap this up, I remember one of my favorite quotes in the Bible, which is love is patient. Corinthians something, 1 Corinthians, I think 13, verse 4 to 8. And it says, I don't know if you still remember this, guys. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. And it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you have all the ability to love, right? So learn to love yourself. It's all about self-care. Self-care is the ability to take your power back. Once again, say it after me. Self-care is the ability to take your power back. So always, talk to yourself about this in front of the mirror. Self-care is the ability to take your power back. Learn to love yourself. And that's me motivationally, sending that love message to all of you guys. And I hope, despite of some technical difficulties a while ago, thank you so much for staying back with us here in Real Talk Mondays. And I hope that even watching the recorded as well, you can also type in your comments, share your thoughts as well about this topic, how to handle a toxic relationship. Thank you so much once again, Bibo. Woohoo!
And thank you,
so
Mike,
much.
thank you, Mike, for
MLB.
joining us. MLB, thank you very
My
much.
pleasure.
And I'm so happy that we're here together. I think it's meant to be. There's Mars and there is Venus tonight, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, share this to all your friends, even if they don't have a toxic relationship, but inspire people. And that's what my YouTube channel is all about. If you could visit once again my YouTube channel and Facebook page, Motivationally, and my channel has been created to empower, to inspire, and motivate people. So please don't forget, to like and follow, and of course, subscribe my YouTube channel, Motivation. Thank you so much once again, Mike and Bibo, and for gracing and creating history with me, and of course with RTM Real Talk Monday. See you again next time, everyone. Have a beautiful Monday evening, morning, or afternoon, everyone. See you again next time in fortnight's time.
Bye.
Real Talk Monday, only here with Motivationally.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye. God
Happy
bless. Bye.
Bye.
Monday. Bye.